Right now, we're going to jump in to the reveal, the first ever live and big stream match of a game of Horde. What are we seeing right now, Rod?
So this is how you begin. You pick up the fabricator, which is our sort of military-grade 3D printer that will actually make your fortifications, make your weapons. So the first thing you have to do is pick up where do you want to kind of start your defense. So now they're picking it up, they're finding a place on the map to deploy it. Once they deploy it, the clock will start and the monsters will come. But they're still trying to find that right location. And you can see some cool characters. We've got Zombie Dom, Tomorrow, all part of our Brothers to the End pre-order exclusive. So now there you go. The wave one's beginning. And now it's all about earning some energy. You see those little that icon there about some energy. As you kill things, you'll pick up energy. And you bring it to the fabricator, and that allows you to build. And so they're putting down spikes right there.
They talked a little about burning and building bridges. Looks like in Horde, we're still going to be building fortifications.
That's building and burning barriers. Yeah, at this point is basically
barriers, not bridges. Interesting. So the fabricator is really the key to where you're going to set up as a team and where you want to start. Looks like they decide to go back into their spawn. We're seeing Relic right now. Relic is a map. Where do you think, in your opinion, is the best place to set up? Do they think it's a good spot?
I think they picked a pretty good spot going back towards spawn. You want to, it's a symmetrical map, so you want to kind of sort of defend across the width of the map, which is a good place to go. And you can sort of see a little bit about what their classes they've chosen. You pick the heavy. Oscar, as an example, is a heavy in this case, and you know that because he's carrying a boom shot. It's the default weapon of the heavy class. And they get sort of bonuses for turret use, and they get, obviously, having that boom shot all the time is really handy.
So there are classes in Gears of War 3 Horde. Does each class have an assigned character?
No, you can mix and match as much as you want. It's not like Overrun and Judgment. Whatever class can have whatever character, and so and you're not locked to your weapon. So if you're an engineer and you want to pick up something off the battlefield, you can. The only thing you're sort of locked to is your repair tool and your pistol slot. But everything else you can pick up and mix and match as you want.
So I don't have to worry about a bunch of bears running around repairing
I mean, the heavy,
over again
they have the boom shot, they have explosive weapon benefits, but they can swap that out for a drop shot, and they still get the same benefits because it's another explosive weapon. Right?
Very cool. Very cool. So we're going to see round number 2 here. We saw some new enemies here in wave number 1. Those are some DBs, or we saw Peacemakers. Is that the standard for round 1 or wave 1 of Horde? Is it going to be DBs only?
No, it mixes and matches. Like what happens is the way the system works is that basically they get a certain amount of points they use to allocate their what the system allocates points towards the spawn. So you can get kind of a variety within a certain type. So it could be a lot of one kind or just a few mix and match, right? So, but they do sort of go up in. There'll be certain enemies that show up on certain waves. You know when you see a Guardian as an example, a floating robot, like that's in the later waves of that round, and we'll probably see one as we get through.
Cool. So breaking on the action, what we're seeing right now, we saw Sadko pick up a headshot, and I think we saw the teams from last match are merged. Game Tech are now buddies, they're now teammates, trying to repair the relationship after that one. And round number 2, we see them working together, rotating as a team. This is a little bit different than what I'm used to seeing in Horde. They're rotating around the map. They're not really fortifying in one area. Is that something that's different about Horde 3.0?
Well, no, I think it has to do more with where we are in the cycle, right? Like Horde is a 50-wave kind of an endurance test. It's a fight for survival. And these first 10 waves, you can be a little bit looser in terms of where you fortify and having to stay behind the barriers because it really hasn't impressed you yet. So these first 10 waves are really just a taste of it. So if they were to fail in the first 10 waves, I don't know if we can keep going after that. But I think that it's that notion of being able to, this is where you're earning some energy. And the trick here is, they have certain paths, like a scout as an example. The scout doubles the energy you earn if they do it during combat. So you'll see that when the scout goes out and they have the one with the shotgun, you can see the Nasher, that if they go out and they pick it up while combat, they'll get an extra bonus. They get double the energy. So the trick is you really want to use that scout to go and claim all that energy, and then you can actually get a skill which allows you to get an extra bonus when you deposit. So you really want that scout out there picking up all that energy.
Wow, that is really cool. And me as a multiplayer type of Gears Horde player, that's awesome to hear. That takes some skill and puts it into Horde in a major way. You want to give the scout someone that has good movement, someone that's maybe fast.
Right. So now we have someone go down. So now their cog tags spawn into the world. So that's another thing we're doing differently in Horde 3.0 is you can actually recover your teammates. So you can go over and pick up those cog tags, bring them back to the fabricator, and that'll bring them back to life. So you can see right now they're carrying Vladimir Gluten's cog tags. So head back to the fabricator, and the first one's always free. So they take that back, and then they'll come back and then back in the fight.
So it's going to cost you something after the first one.
As for the first one, it starts going higher and higher with each one. So you don't want to do that too often.
And here you said that's going to cost energy, or what is it that it costs? Is it
yeah, it costs energy, which will drain. It'll drain up, because you can see in the top left there, they're showing you how much energy you're carrying personally and how much is stored in the fabricator. And so you want to, that as you bring people back, they'll start draining your fabricators.
Wow, that is so cool. So energy replaces money or currency in Horda 3.0?
Yeah, it's energy. Feed the fabricator to be able to create the the fortifications you want.
There you have it. Very cool. You see
there we go, wave 3.
2 kills. Chainsaw Suit with 4 kills there, and that one is round number 3. They are cruising right now, but Rod did say that they can't make it to wave 10. Very embarrassing. We'll see what they can do as it gets more and more difficult. So wave 7 through 10.
Sorry, interrupting you. Apologize. So what you see there is like picking it up in between waves. They don't get that bonus, so you're getting like half the energy you could be getting if you're doing it in combat. So you really want to try to. It forces the scout to be aggressive and get out there.
I see. Okay. So you really want to play scout if you're the type of person that likes to get down and dirty in close range.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why we give them the shotgun. We expect them to be out in the middle of all of it, right? And you want to play that way. But what's interesting is that you don't have to. You're not fixed to one of each type. There's 5 classes and 5 players, but it doesn't mean you have to have one of each class. You can do all engineers, you can do all heavies, you can do mix and match, you can do one of each. It's really up to you and your team and your play style to figure out how you want to play.
So it's almost like an evolving meta in Horde.
Yeah, absolutely. And because you have so many, like 11 different skills each class has, but you're only ever able to bring in at max level, you can bring 5. In this case, they're only able to bring 3 skills in. So of those 11 skills, they have to pick which 3 they want to take with them, and then they play to those abilities.
And so you touched on something that might be a little bit new to people. There's skills. Is it almost like a skill tree, a talent tree? What is that?
Yeah, well, you have 11 of them, and basically you are able to, through the card system we have, you're able to kind of level up those skills so they get more and more beneficial as you go, up to 5 different levels. And so you can take it even higher and higher with the cards. And what's cool is that just by playing Horde, you'll earn again currency that you can go get cards just by playing.
Wow. And Rod, it's been 3 minutes. I have not played Horde yet myself, and I could not be more excited. It just seems like it's so much deeper, so much richer in gameplay and metagame and in content. You know, the reviving piece, taking back to the fabricator alone, we're going to see that right now.
Right, so you see right now they have a bonus objective. If they could get 10 kills in the 30-second window, they'll get a big airdrop of weapons and in-game energy that they can use in the fabricator right now. So you see that countdown. They got 3 of 10. Now they got 9 seconds to get this other 7, which of course they won't be able to do.
Yeah,
as they get kills, that window will change.
Wow, very cool. So 10 kills in 30 seconds, definitely doable, especially when you have a heavy on your team that is using a boom shot. We saw, I think that was Dom with the boom shot in his hands. I'm with Tycho right now. Boom shots are flying. What class is Tycho playing?
Yep, he's going for a revive here. Oh, Sentinel, which is the Guardian with a rocket launcher. So that Sentinel's dangerous, and the Sentinel is really this Guardian that has a shield in front of it. It's very meant to sort of force co-op play. He wants one team member to take down the shield, and then the other team member to come in and take him down.
There you go, on board right now.
So there you go. See, when Tycho went back, brought back a lot of routine at the fabricator. Oh,
someone's down.
Man down.
Oh,
the Sentinel putting in the rockets.
Yeah, they ate a rocket. What level are they playing on? Is this hardcore?
This is hardcore. Okay. So this is, you can go down pretty quick. That's what those shock trackers, which are the rolling balls, they can actually, it's really cool to see. Like, this is where it starts to, as you start to move through, you can see, like, if you go back to where that Sentinel was, it could actually go and rip the salvo off. They could have taken that rocket launcher out of it, but they're still new to the game. I don't think they know everything they can do yet. But it's one of the cool things is that when you fight a Guardian and you down it, you can actually go and rip the heavy out of it. And so it's either carrying this new tri-shot, which is a kind of a new 3-barrel gun, or you can actually pull out the rocket launcher, what we call the salvo. So now here we see they're putting out sentries. So and what's nice with the sentries, it shows you what the range, how far it goes, how wide it is.
That's very cool. What class is it? Is there a certain class that can occupy a sentry there with others, or can anyone use a sentry?
No, there's just the one type of sentry that goes, but yeah, as you level it up, it becomes more effective. And then an engineer can have skills that can actually change rate of fire, health, amount of ammo, and so you can really modify the sentry based on the engineer. Here's the engineer doing repairs and reloading at the same time.
Very cool. Using energy to do that there. We saw a death actually, so things are getting a little bit more difficult here in wave number 5. Of course, we are going to 10. Some good shots from Gabe, doing a good job staying alive with his Lancer.
Yeah, they really need to start focusing on that Guardian. Like, they can see there, you get the double bonus, the 198 plus 198, so they're getting double the money by having that scout go and get
scout that got the energy. I see.
Yeah,
so anyone can pick up energy, but if the scout gets it, they get double bonus.
Correct. That's their passive. That's what makes the scout, because the scout can trade out their weapons. They can go pick up an overkill, they can pick up an M-bar, they can pick up whatever weapons they want. What makes the scout a scout is that sort of notion of being about the energy.
amazing. Wow, and the Horde just continues to impress me. Once again, I can't say enough how deep it is, how rich it is. And we actually can hear a listen. We hear them saying, let me get the money, let me get the money. That's the communication here. The scout is always want to be a little more greedy. It's for the benefit of the team, right?
Yeah, it's playing to your strength. Like, it's like in hockey when you Canadian. It's like in hockey, you got to play your position, right? You got to play your position. And so this is like, if you're the scout, let the scout go get the energy. And if you're the sniper, like let them go get the headshot. You know, like that kind of stuff. You have to recognize it's not just about let's all go rushing out. You know, it's like it's not a bunch of 6-year-olds shaking a soccer ball, right? You have to play your position and know your role, and so play to your class.
That is awesome. Very cool. So I'm excited to see how that plays out tomorrow. We have some high-skilled and experienced Gears of War players playing Horde tomorrow. Gold Glove is known to be a great sniper. Maybe he'll play as the sniper class, right?
Maybe, and there's some great skills for the sniper. They have an explosive headshot.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah,
what other type of skills that are out there? You know, you mentioned the skills with the sniper. That sounds so cool. What other type of skills or trees are out there?
Well, it comes down to just leaning into what they do, right? Here, an engineer can do like repair efficiency. You know, they get stronger fortifications, those sorts of things, right? And then Scout is about movement speed and health because they're out right nose to nose with everybody, right? The Soldier is about assault rifles, so you can get like huge amounts of ammo. I've had a Lancer with 1,100 rounds in it, right? And one thing is the Soldier spawns with frag grenades, nobody else does, so you can go around and start planting grenades. And you can get it, there's a skill that allows you to plant up to 6 frag grenades and more in the environment, so you can really set up some really cool explosives.
Yeah, that is awesome. Very cool. I've heard of a little thing called the locker, the weapon locker. Talk to me a little about the
Oh, that's one of the new
we haven't seen it yet happen. Hopefully we do, but in case it doesn't happen, talk to me about that.
Yeah, well, so one of the things that, you know, in the previous board matches, what would happen is a bunch of stuff would fall on the ground and it would just get cleaned up in between waves. And so you wouldn't be able to sort of stockpile it. So we have this new fortification called the weapons locker that you can actually go and pick up that rocket launcher, put it in the weapons locker, and not only will it hold on to it in between waves, it will actually be loaded for you.
Wow.
So you can go and drain it down to one rocket, put it away, fight for a couple waves, come back, and now I've got a fully loaded rocket launcher ready to go again.
So it tiers over time. You get more and more ammo over time? Or
yeah, and what's cool is that as you level up, like as they spend money, what you'll see on the fabricators that as you spend money, it gets closer and closer to leveling up. So the more you use the fabricator, the faster it levels. And then so you get like a weapons locker, level 1, you get 1 slot, level 2, 2 slots, level 3, 3 slots, level 4, 4 slots. And so you can store more and more stuff on it.
And we just saw Cyan Boomshot on screen, took a lot of damage to die. Talking about that enemy.
Yeah, it's just a really tough enemy. You know, they bring in the heavy weapons at that level. You see their value by the stack of energy that's left behind. So you saw the 3 stack. That tells you that's a very valuable enemy.
So I gotta ask you.
50 is like 2.5 times everything. So 2.5 times damage, 2.5 times accuracy, 2.5 times health. It's a push, it's a grind, right? So here it's just it's kind of au natural, but as it goes, it gets harder and harder and harder. And you really have to play into your skills and play your role to get survivors 50 waves, which I'm going to be really curious to see tomorrow night if we can actually see the first to 50 like on the stream.
Wait, you think it might not happen?
There is a possibility.
Whoa!
Well, the part of it is like I've been part of it. I've been part of a group that's picked the wrong classes, picked the wrong skills, didn't work together, and you can actually get caught in a negative loop where you can't rebuild, you can't recover, and so you have to start over. We had to start over. Like we got to like 28, we wiped 3-4 times, and then we just said back to 1. We start again, and then off we went. And we got to 50, but we had to play differently. We made a mistake, and I think with new players not knowing how to work together, there's a good chance they're going to stall.
Gold Glove, my friend, if you're watching this, and if you're a fan of Gold Glove, tweet at him. Rod Ferguson calling you out. He's saying there's a chance that our squad, the best squad, won't make it to 50 tomorrow. We'll see about that, Rod. That is now my mission to prove you wrong tomorrow. And
well, now they got the competition. Now it's not just about can they get there, who's going to do it first.
That is true. It adds a whole other layer. And, you know, at first when I heard this, of course, we're playing 2 different games of Horde. But for just a second, I thought we were in the same world, playing 5-on-5 Horde. Because each map is symmetrical, right? So one team on one half, the other half. That's not how it's going to work, but that would be crazy if that was the case.
So here we have the shock turret set up. So what the shock turret does is it has long-range stun. But as you go up in level, it can actually get stronger and stronger. We're actually going to start popping things for you at long range. It's really useful tool. But one of the things that's cool too is you can upgrade on the fly. So if the fabricator goes to level 2, you just go to your fortification, you pick it up, you upgrade it, you put it back down, and off you go. Right? So it's a really easy process to do the upgrade as long as you have the energy of the fabricator. You can see here, we've got over 4,000 fabricators. It's draining out because I think someone's repairing. But it's, they can really tap into their fortifications with all the money. So here's the Pouncer. Pouncer, you got to be careful. It's a co-op enemy. It'll knock you down, pin you down, and take you out if you don't get free.
Wow, very cool. And we're looking at the heavy right now with the boom shot. Oh, no! A self-kill. I gave the Cactus curse in that one. I called him out and immediately demolished himself with the boom shot. So he's dead now. Gabe picked up his cog tags and took it back to the Fabricator and revived him.
Yeah, take it back. But Wave 7, they're doing strong. They're moving fast here, so that's pretty good. They've got some good defenses going. Look at that Sentry Shock Turret kind of combination there, which is good. And the barriers will slow the enemy down as they try to cross them, so they'll give the Sentry and the Shock Turret a chance to like do their work. They're setting that pretty well, actually.
That's awesome.
So now we have another bonus objective. Can they finish Wave 8 in 2:45? They do that. Again, airdrop, lots of weapons.
So the bonus is different each round.
Yeah, there's headshot bonuses, and there's execution bonuses, and time bonuses, there's kills.
Similar to Gears 3.
Similar to Gears 3, yeah. And it doesn't come up like maybe every second wave or so, but it's really like they're kind of nice here. When you get up into the 40s, they're mandatory. Like you get when 4 rocket launchers come spilling out, it's joyous. So like that's what you need to carry you through that next wave.
That's awesome. So can you move the Fabricator after you place it?
Absolutely, you can take the Fabricator anywhere you want.
Wow.
And it's a 2-man carrier, so one person can drag it slowly, but if a second person gets on it, you can actually hustle it across the map.
That's awesome. It's almost a feature and campaign kind of about the Horde is the idea of teamwork and working together to complete objectives. So that's awesome to see, and that creates the metagame, right? And I love that. I can't talk about it enough. The idea of energy, the idea of having to run around and get energy. You can't just fortify in one area. You have to really kind of rotate and move together as a team to succeed. If you can, you just won't be successful because you don't have as much energy.
Right. And you can see like the scout tomorrow, Anya, scout in this case, is getting like double. She just got pistol whipped in a most horrible fashion.
Bias work really good.
That's not nice. But after that, for a while, she rocked the double shotgun. You got the Nasher primary and the overkill secondary, which is a good combo for those types of sets.
It looks like it's coming out the wire here. Not looking good for this team. This is only Wave 8 all up to Chainsaw Suit now. And some turrets to help
get his context back there.
So he did get the contacts. He needs to run into the Fabricator to stay alive right now and keep his team alive. I think he's the only one alive. I know Tycho. His buddy's alive as well.
On the ground out there.
Did he pick him up?
Oh, and this is let's kill out there.
So Tycho is still alive. Is that Tycho getting killed, or is that Tycho?
Okay, we got two. Get back to Fabricator. There we go. Get back.
If he gets the Fabricator, he will resurrect his team.
Yeah. Right here, you'll see here. Touch. Boom, and then
wow, that is awesome. And he had to spend energy to do that, but we'll work.
That one was free, right? But if you look at their money now, they're at 225. The energy in the Fabricator, they don't have enough for another one.
I see. Okay.
So if somebody goes down and dies, yeah, they're not going to be able to bring them back.
Wow. So 50 seconds left on the bonus objective.